So welcome everybody. Janet Kiefer here, Presidential Director. It is the Manager and Above meeting. It is September 16th. We're excited you're here. We're always excited you're here. We're excited to share a lot of celebratory congratulations, and we have some planning coming up and also a couple discussions, especially for those of you new to Manager. We want to give you some guidance. So, okay, Mr. Steve, here comes Fred, another gentleman manager on the team. So Fred, if you can hear us, Steve's very excited to have Bob and Steve are very excited to have you here. All right, I'm going to share my screen. And okay, let me start. So here we are, Manager and Above meeting. We do this once a month, typically the second Saturday of the month. And we appreciate everybody showing up. It is a Saturday, but it's only once a month, you guys. And we have some great new managers. We have Megan Steve, you're going to help me. Stanglin. Steve is her enroller. We have Dr. Nori Collier, Julian Canute is her sponsor. Carol Paquette, Miss Rosemary here is the sponsor. Teresa Poindexter Kamei is the sponsor. Vicky Benitez Ponce comes up through Kamei. Another person on the team is the sponsor. Betty Schlater's one of mine, as is Heather Tulin. Lori Chadwick and Dr. Alma Ingram come up through Barbara. So pretty exciting. We've got like 9 new managers this month. That's really wonderful. Really wonderful. And a bunch of them are close. There's some out there that are at 3. They're one away. Some are at 2. So please continue to work with them. Janet, what's up?
Alan Burr also made manager about a week ago.
Oh, thank you. I didn't get that notice. We haven't posted it then.
I just posted it today.
Okay, great. Yes, welcome, Alan, up with Penny, and Penny sponsored by Bob and Janet. We want to also congratulate our top leaders, the leaderboard in the last 30 days. Yes, there's more people than this that did enroll, but I tend to track 3 enrollments and above. So we've got Nancy Addison here in Texas, 7 people. I don't often post mine, but I was encouraged to. Dr. Velvet has 5, Rainey has 5, Fred has 5. Casey Eckert here in the Dallas area is 5. Here's Alan, correct, Janet, with 4. Stephanie Lomax in Florida with 4. Teresa Poindexter here in Texas with 4. And Delilah, somehow I missed that. She has 4 also.
Betty has 3.
Oh, pardon me. Okay, she has 3. Great, thank you. Betty Schlater here 4, Lori Shaw 4, Vicky 4. This Lenore Prudham also 4. You can tell I got sidetracked putting the numbers in. I think Lenore actually is 3. Kamei, congrats, 3 for you. Susie Parker 3, Perry Arledge 3. Virginia Corley 3, Dr. Alma Ingram actually should now be 4 because she has ranked up. Carol Paquette also just ranked up 4, Kella Price 3, and Diana Escalante. So amidst all the new managers ranking up, I want to congratulate also some of our consistent managers and directors that every month they're just consistently sharing it, enrolling people, following up, building and building and building. So congratulations. As I was saying before we started, most of us have worked pretty steadily, pretty hard all of June, July, August. There's been, I think I wrote 20 trainings and we produced them in that time. We've been training on 331 and what network marketing skills are. I really appreciate all the hard work everybody's put in to get right before convention. So really want to say congratulations also to a number of people that ranked up for convention. And again, we have one more day. I mean, people are close. Keep going, you guys. Keep going. Those of us who've been to convention know it is just the highlight to walk that stage and get your award. So for some of you know, some of you don't, I will not be there this year. I have my daughter's wedding that weekend. So I expect all of you to cheer very loudly in my place, take lots of pictures, and really have a great time with your team. And if you're watching this and recording, truly get ready to celebrate. All the managers, directors, senior managers, be in that room, be cheering wildly. It's going to take this year, there's going to be a lot of people crossing stage, thousands. There really are. Stay with it. You would want your friends cheering for you, but use the convention to recharge and meet leaders and make new friends, set new goals. I know some of you know Perry Arledge. She used to be a motivational speaker and travel the US. Well, you put Perry in a room and she's going to know everybody. So I would say in this situation, if there's a leader you always want to know, go up and talk to him. Kame was doing that in Aruba quite consistently. Just introduce yourself. It's one big family. Okay, also from today through October 11th, let's keep the pedal to the metal. Let's keep getting the brand partners who aren't attending registered for the virtual broadcast. I did. I mean, I wouldn't miss it. I will miss the broadcast because I'll be at the wedding, but you have probably about 2 weeks when they're going to send the recordings and we can watch it all. So for those that can't attend in person, let's talk about watch parties, especially on Friday, where they're going to be able to cheer you and see David. People tend to think Saturday, but Fridays tends to be a pretty big day with that. So for those who have new people coming, I would recommend Thursday, you want to make sure everybody's in and registered. They will have big open areas with lots of registration, like desks. Last year, they gave us a whole bunch of stuff when we registered. So get ready. There's a party that night, an 80s theme party. If you, in Steve Reed's world, if you're an I and like to have a lot of fun, bring your 80s John Travolta Keep on Dancing suit, white suit. Let's have a lot of fun. And then be ready because they're going to kick off 9 a.m. on Friday. You're going to go to 12. If it's similar, David, I don't know David's schedule, but he might present during that time. A break for lunch, then general sessions from 1:30 to 5. There'll be an international reception that night, which I don't know if the US is invited to that. You might be. We're part of international, I guess. And then Saturday, get ready. Don't party too hardy Friday night. Be there at 9, kick off till 12. Again, a lunch break. And then they're going to go for 1:30 just till 4. And you'll have time to go, maybe catch a little networking with friends, get ready for the gala presentation and dinner that night. What you wear is up to you. We saw people in t-shirts and jeans. We saw people in formal gowns. Most of us dressed up for it last year, and I think it's kind of nice. And have time for lots of pictures. Robin Muscari will have a WhatsApp app up if you guys want to be in touch with things she's putting out during it, or if you want to get a Telegram or WhatsApp up for your group, whatever you want to do there. So let me stop. Are there questions about convention? Any comments from people? Ben?
Janet, I have a question regarding a group, because we sent all our names to Jerry. Is she putting together a Telegram group for the whole youthing team, or what's happening there?
Thank you, Barbara. I thought that might be a good idea to keep you guys together. I've also had some other leaders say no, they'd rather connect with their own group. So I think what we may want to do is, if you have a number of your people and you want to connect with some others for a Telegram group, it's really up to you, I think, at this point, because we are growing bigger. Last year we were a smaller group for sure.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions?
I don't have a question. I just wanted to get like a consensus from people that perhaps Friday night I could make a reservation ahead of time at one of the restaurants that's close by, and get a room so we all could have dinner together. Is that something y'all are interested in?
Yes, but I think that would be great, at least for our team and whoever else wants to join us. Absolutely.
Okay,
Sure,
so,
Janet. I'd like to, Janet.
okay,
Me too.
I'll check with Jerry and find out who all's going, and maybe she can contact him once I have a location. I just have to have some idea of how many are gonna be there in order to reserve.
Well,
So-
there'd be another one with me because Glenda's coming in from Washington.
Okay. Here's what we learned last year is it's Orlando. And Orlando goes 24/7. It's probably second only to Las Vegas. And those restaurants are full round the clock. So if you're going to get people and the convention ends Friday at 5, you have an idea about Ubers and transportation over and enough time. Because what we found was everybody broke for dinner that Friday night and the parking lots were jammed in the restaurants. So however you can coordinate that group ahead of time, that'd be great. Just because it's Orlando. Yeah. But great fun. Also, you know, on those lunch breaks, you might want to get your team together. We had a lot of breakfast, didn't we, Barbara? Where we got in early to the restaurants, and you'll find a lot of the leaders down in the restaurants, and you really get a chance to network and things. So if you're someone who doesn't needs, you know, an hour and a half to get ready, and you can get down to the restaurants, you're going to find it pretty engaging, I think. Any other thoughts or questions? Well, I recommend, go ahead.
Is there anything scheduled for Sunday?
Not yet, June. I think last year, Robin and Gregory did a meeting, and about, I don't know, 50 or 60 of us stayed, but they've been having trouble getting a meeting room.
Okay,
So she may at the last minute, June, put it out. So it'll get to you.
thanks.
But other than that, some people are going to stay and enjoy Orlando or see friends. You know, sounds like a wonderful time. Yeah, indeed. Any other thoughts? You know, you're going to get more details as it comes, but I think as a manager and above leader, get with your people, talk them through, make sure they know where to be. We've had a couple people thought that the event ended Saturday at 5 and they were flying out. And now they're like, oh, we've got to find a hotel for Saturday night. So there may be people who still have hotel rooms to share. June, did you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so June, why don't you put your email in the chat? And if anybody's got someone that you may want to talk to about rooming with you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Great. So great idea, getting people together for dinner. Janet, I don't know if this works or if it's an idea you like, but after the regional event in Sarasota in January, somebody said, oh, there's this Chinese buffet down the street. It was a little ways, but they could like seat 700 people, I swear. And it was a huge buffet and it worked perfectly. People just kept coming and coming and coming, and there was so much room for them, that was the fun part. So just an idea. Okay. So again, get people registered for virtual. Let's get some home watch parties going also. All right. Also, we wanted to announce for some of you who were in the brand partner bonus upgrades from August 7th through 13th, where people who enrolled golds or diamonds or people upgraded, that money's here. And Barbara, do you want to talk about it?
Well, it's very exciting when we have these special bonuses. It pays out a month later, so there is a delay on that, and it comes usually not added into your commission, but as a separate payment. And so this promotion was really exciting because if you enrolled a gold or enrolled a diamond, or you did an upgrade, one of your personally enrolled people did an upgrade to either gold or diamond, you got an additional bonus over and above the regular bonus for the enrollment kit. And so it was exciting. We just did really well. Dr. Velvet, she was skunking us on those diamond kits. She was bringing in a bunch of people that week, and I know she took full advantage of it. So anyway, it's been a great promotion, and it's really wonderful to see the money coming in now. I checked my account. I got an email yesterday that it was paying out, but I think everything's a day late because of the holiday this week, and it hadn't paid into my account yet this morning, but it's on the way.
So as Barbara mentioned in Telegram, to check yours, click on commissions. And then when they come up on the screen, go to the left and say, click on commissions earnings. And you'll see this 7 to 13 August and PIB boost. But I think also, you know, when we talk on the comp plan, we don't talk much about these other promotions the company has where you can make some significant money. And they'll probably, I would not be, well, let me put in the positive. I bet at convention, they're going to announce a promotion. You probably are going to hear at convention, they're probably going to launch the travel incentive trip. Okay. And so Janet was bringing up, they might backdate that to October 1st or something, but this probably will have another bonus for ranking up before the end of the year. So get ready. I know right after I hit presidential on Black Friday weekend, the next weekend they had a rank up to hit presidential with $5,000, which I missed by 7 days. So, you know, but we're happy to rank up. So you can do this. All right. All right. So something special, I was hoping to have some of our new managers on here, and let me just check if any of them had a chance to get on. Welcome, Teresa. Teresa's one of our new managers on. Happy to have you here.
I think the iPhone could be Lori Chadwick. She was going to come on.
Oh, good, Lori. We hope that's you too. Well, we want to catch you up on a bit of what the manager meetings do. And we have a chance to talk about things that just aren't appropriate yet for people who aren't managers. Your new enrollees aren't ready yet they have to understand the system a bit. So we try and bring you training here, but something we constantly try to bring back around to the front of your mind is you really have the gift, you guys. No, as Eric Worre says, no one's doing you any favors by looking at your product. You have the gift. And again, on the calls this week, we heard more miracle stories, more and more are coming. And so if you have any hesitation or your new members excited to, your brand partners excited to share, but you have to be their belief until they build their belief, right? That's why you're encouraging them come on the calls to see the testimonials, to talk to the upline, all that kind of stuff, to build their belief, right? And as a manager, you're really having unshakable posture. And sometimes that takes a little while to build. But all the directors on this call, you can't shake this tree hard enough to knock us out. Our posture is strong. I don't care what objection we get. We're solid, you guys. But we're going to talk a bit about working with your upline today. I think especially since a lot of people have never done network marketing. And your role is also to be their guide, you guys. And sometimes when you're first starting and you've not done it, you're like, I don't even know how to guide them, right? So let's go over a couple of the key things. It's a team sport, and you can't be successful in this industry if you do it by yourself. The issue is most of us who came through team sports, they might have felt really good about their team, but there's a strong level of competition in team sports, right? You're going to go out and knock those other people down and you're going to win. Well, network marketing is a team sport, but it's not quite that competitive. It's more based on relationships, sharing, training, helping each other, okay? But the flip side is you can't be Han Solo. There's no way I got to be anywhere at the level of success I'm at without all of you. And I'm very clear about that, okay? So when you come on as a manager and above, your role's now starting to develop. You're here to help your brand partners. You're helping them learn the Lifeway products, teaching them especially about X39. Some of us have used the other products for actually now years, and we love them. But if you flood them with every product that we do, they just get so confused. It's like, where did I put the, is this the one for inflammation? Let's help them learn X39 really well first, okay? All right. Your role is also, you're inviting them to trainings and events and meetings and the presentations. Yes, you see stuff coming out on Telegram and email from the top leaders here. Doesn't matter. It's your job to get your brand partners aware of things. Hey, Kathy, Bill, and Sue, did you see the email I just sent you? Are you on Telegram? Are you going to be joining us, right? You told me your why was you'd really like to build this, or you'd like to have your patches paid for. Great, I'm inviting you. Please join us. Oh, I can't this week. Great. Can you come next Tuesday night? Can you bring a guest? Okay. Your job also, your role is helping them learn the 331 system. And my litmus test is, can you teach it? If you had no slides in front of you, can you teach it? Who can say the 3 Ps? Anybody?
The first one is peak.
What's number 2?
Pre-qualify.
Nice. What's number 3?
Presentation.
Presentation, yeah. Right? Because when you know the 3 Ps and you know the system, you're going to help that new brand partner. They're excited. They don't know what to do. And you're like, okay, you can't just tell them everything. You can't talk to them for an hour and a half. Did you get the flip book? Did you show them where to download the flip book? Did you show them that we've had trainings, right? Did you come on a training? Did you learn it? All right. More and more, we want other people presenting, right? So when you present, you learn it. Also learning network marketing skills. I'm going to show here all the connections to our recordings. Lots of people on our team, guys, have never done this, or they bought the product because they wanted the discount, but they never grew a team, or they didn't have uplines that helped them, or they never got any training, right? So we want to help them learn those skills. Most of us who've been in network marketing a bit, we've had that well-meaning person, Barbara, have you made any money yet? You know, and you're like, what do you say to them? Lots of brand partners like freeze, right? We want them to know stuff. But also, you're just helping them build managers. You're helping them get their 4, right? And if you know some of these things, woohoo! If you're missing a couple of them, please reach out to your sponsor or to all of us directors and above. Really, we want you to be successful that way. We had a nice text from one of the brand partners earlier this week. Barbara, help me if I paraphrase it correctly, but basically she goes, you know, I really get that you guys care about us. And that was nice to hear, because we do. Okay. So as you're also a manager and above, I want to talk a bit about the upline leaders' roles, because you're starting to become an upline leader. All right. And I'm going to have some folks join in here, but let me just kind of talk through some of them. So your upline leaders are your sponsor and above, right? And our roles are really coaches. We're showing you and your team the way. And it's really important to introduce your new brand partners to your sponsor and your upline. And Barbara and I are going to talk about some really things that we didn't have right there. Okay. But we're here to support your team. As I said, many of them don't know network marketing. They don't know how to log in. They don't know what 331 means, right? We don't want to let your brand partners flounder at all, because everybody's life gets busy, you guys. Things sometimes you're not able to engage. I have one of our directors. She's had a very ill father for a couple months now, in the hospital, in and out. And I keep tabs on her, but she's not been able to engage for a while. So I keep tabs with her downline. Sometimes the sponsor quits. So Barbara, you want to tell a little story about our first year?
Okay, so our first year, we really basically had no sponsor because the lady who enrolled Janet was very, very sweet, but she didn't know anything either, and she didn't have anyone helping her. And so it was me and Janet on our own, and thank God for Janet's brilliance in marketing because she's the one who helped put our Sunday nights together, and we really got our team going, but we were doing it on our own and just being creative on our own. And then we discovered Robin and Gregory, and that we were part of this big team that is now over 175,000 people. And we since have been able to tie into that and the resources that they had already developed. But basically, we started on our own, we moved ahead on our own, and thank goodness we had the ambition and the creativity to do that.
And
So,
if I can add,
yeah, go ahead.
what's going on? You guys, are you muted? I'm going to ask everybody to mute if you would. But here's what also happened. As we got into the larger teams, we found a couple of the larger teams, the Evolve team and the Quantum Field team, that have been sharing with us, right? And we just keep learning, helping to try and bring it through to you guys. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the Quantum Fields training we did in Tampa last month. But we also had a really lovely woman join. She brought in, I don't know, 50, 100 people. She was a network social media marketing whiz. And Barbara and I are like, oh, this is so fantastic. And then maybe a month in, she moved on to her next company and left everybody hanging. What did we try to do, Barbara?
So at that point, Janet and I had a little conference, and we decided to pull the information we had in the back office about the team members that had come in under her, and we split them up and we individually called each one of them to try to find out who they were. Do you want help? What's your dream? Where are you going with this? Do you know that we exist? We want you to have our contact information.
Yeah.
And so we reached out and tried to be there to support all the people on her team that she had left high and dry.
So sometimes when you're first a new manager, you might have just 4 or 5 people and you're like, this is my team. I'm like, great, I agree. And I'll tell you why I want you to have your own team. But when you get, I'm going to show you my back office right now. When you get really big, you've got to have help, you guys. It's way beyond. So your upline is there to help you, help your brand partners, but we're also, many of us, supporting many downline teams. And we love it though. We're dedicating our time to support and train your team. We're not trying to interfere. We're trying to be the wind under your wings, but be the person your upline can work with. You know, this one woman, Michelle, just took off and she's probably been in 6 other companies since then. And it leaves all these orphan people, right? But I also like when I say, if you want to be the only one who interacts with your team or with your downline, it is the people you brought on board. But be prepared, that's fine. But are you going to support them 7 days a week? Are you going to email them the meetings? Are you going to teach them 331? Are you going to follow up with their enrollments? Are you going to provide problem support? Are you going to have someone as your backup when something out of the blue took you off and you had to be gone for 3 weeks, right? So when we say it's a team sport, most of the leaders here really come from the heart. But another side, well, let me show you this next slide and kind of tie it together. Since beginning, this is my left and right leg count. 769 left, 756 right. Are all those people active? Nope. But do I have thankfully and appreciatively, a lot of directors and senior directors and managers, yes. Can I get them to them all? No. But do they need training? Yes. Do they all need to know me? Maybe not, if they have a very strong upline. But my job is to help you all, right? Barbara's job, it's Julian Canutes, all the directors on the call here, Janet and Bob and Rosemary and Kamay and all these different directors, right? So I want you to feel responsibility for your team, but now let me tell you why. If you have someone above you, let's say someone's here and I'm on their left team, it's a shared team, right? They can put people, anybody above me can put people on my left team. My right is my personal team, right? I'm responsible for that. Once you cross executive director, I'm pretty sure that's the level, to get to presidential and senior presidential, they only count the volume from what started with you. So any volume you might have from somebody above you, put it on your shared leg, you might go, oh, I've got 4,000 points this week on that shared leg. And that's great. You get cycle bonuses, but you will not get to presidential or senior presidential until your team that you started and everything they did gets you to that point level. So presidential's 100,000 points in volume from combined team. Senior presidential's 200,000. So when I had one of the managers, she said, well, I'm just going to go build my own team. And I said, great. She thought I was being disrespectful. She didn't understand that the stronger she builds her team, she wants to be an SPD. I was like, great, let's help you get there. We want you to have that volume, right? But be prepared, you guys, that we're here to help you. But if you want to do it all on your own, okay. But we appreciate knowing your brand partners. We're not here to interfere. We're here to help you. Oh, thank God Robin has helped Barbara and me through these last couple of years. Like Robin will go, can I talk to so-and-so? I'm like, yes, please help. Please help us work through issues. You know, maybe you love your sponsor, maybe you don't. I'll be candid. I only was in one other company strongly. My upline, they disappeared. So the next upline was really like senior presidential director. I'll be honest, I didn't get along with them well. I thought they were pretty flaky. So I reached out to other upline sponsors and they helped me, right? Because we'd like you to be successful. We'd like you to be like Janet and Bob, who just took the last month. I'm teasing. They did work, but they got to go enjoy their family and travel. We want you to be that successful. So before I go on, any questions? Anything you'd like to share? Anybody? Okay. I think that's pretty clear. And thank you, Bonnie, for saying we're so appreciated, but everybody on here is leading. Steve did a wonderful recording with Dr. Velvet last week on the DISC system. Steve, is that posted anywhere?
Yeah, she has it posted, and I can send it out also.
Okay, let's get it in Telegram if you guys are willing to share it. He
Okay.
really talks about the team, the different personality types. And here's the thing, I'll go back to what your role is. Let's say to teach 331. Okay, Steve, help me here because I'll probably butcher this. But if you're a fun-loving I that's all about people and relationship, and you're like, oh, I don't need all those details. I just put patches on people. Great. If you find another I, that really works. It does. But if you have someone that's a C and he'll tell you the difference and they need details,
Yeah.
and you're just like, oh, just come on a meeting and you don't give them details.
Right.
That person's not going to follow you. So Steve, jump in there anywhere.
Yeah, I would add to that, if you're an I and you're putting a patch on an I, and they're just like, oh, this is so much fun. You can do the same thing with an S. And an S, because they are so sweet, so supportive, so accommodating, they'll let you. a D and a C. I mean,
D's
a D,
dominant.
yeah,
and
a D's going to say, "Get your paws off of me," and I don't really care what you think because I'm going to do things my way. And a C, yes, a C is going to want the detail. Okay, what exactly is this? I had somebody. Now I'm a very high C, and somebody asked me a while back. She says, "Okay, what's in it?" And I said, "I don't know." What do you mean you don't know? I said, "I don't know." I have learned how to tone my C-ness down. I just know there are some crystals in there, but don't go getting weird on me and thinking that I've got crystals hanging from the ceiling and so forth. It's not what we're talking about. It's just reflecting light back into your body. Well, how does it work? I don't know. But you know what I can do? I can send you a video. And that worked. That placated what their needs were. So just make sure that you're talking to the person in their style, taking yours into consideration, but understanding what their needs are. Do they need a lot of detail? Then show them the scientific documentation and show them where they can get the scientific documentation. You don't have to know it. Okay. Not everybody is as smart as Janet Hudson is. She understood the technology and the process way before I did. I just knew that I didn't have any more pain after my surgery.
Thank you,
That
Steve.
was it.
So when we say your role is now to bring it to it, for many of us also, we're visual learners. I need to see something. You might be someone that hears something once and you've got it, right? But we're trying to give you tools that go visual and auditory and kinesthetic and all those personality types, because honestly, I don't have a PhD in the personality types. I blow it all the time. But if your role now is to help them become manager that's effective making managers, if they're not on the trainings, and I'll tell you, the last couple of weeks we've had maybe 10 people out of a team of 3,000. They're not going to progress ahead. They're going to fall away and go, that company doesn't work. Love the product, but I don't know, my upline, I don't know. I never heard from them. You guys, it's really important what we're doing here. And if you give them time and they feel supported, they're going to be very wonderful brand partners under you. Thank you.
Jan, if I can add one more thing to that, understanding DISC is critical. I firmly believe that. I've been teaching it for 30 years. But the other thing that I think is as critical, if not more critical, is what is their why?
Yeah.
We all want to feel better. We want to have more energy, better sleep, et cetera, out of pain and so forth. That's important from a physiological and a physical perspective. But if you don't know why that person wants to do something like this, and Janet Hudson, I'm going to pick on you for a second. You have the ability, you've got the flexibility, because years ago you developed a why so that you could travel, so you could take time away from the day-to-day mundane whatever and go and travel the world, go and travel and see family and friends and so forth. But if you don't know why that person is building, then you're really missing the mark. I mean, you are so missing the mark, because when that person starts to waver and they start to say, I don't know if this thing really works. Okay. And I'm thinking, I don't think I need to do this. I don't think I need to do that.
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay, Steve. Thank you, but do you get his point? Because
Why?
I want to tie into it, because Steve, will you be able to post the disc for them?
Yeah.
In Telegram?
Yeah, I'll get it out there.
Okay, but I want to show, Steve's also done some other work with us on some other recordings, and I want to show you where to get them, because they're really, really valuable that way. So appreciate, and pardon me for interrupting, but keeping
that's
it
fine.
real quick. Kevin Daniels has joined us, and welcome, Kevin, but are you a manager or above? And if so, we'd love you to stay. And if not, this meeting is for managers and above. Or maybe it's somebody who's a new manager on somebody else's iPhone or their login. But okay, we'll keep going on. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so again, We love you engaging with your team. We would love you leading your team, but there is time and place for your sponsor and your upline, you guys. All right, I want to show a quick video I just found of Eric Worre that is just killer.
Here's a 60-second formula for duplication in network marketing. Take a person on your team, tell them exactly what to do. Step 2, show them how to do it. Lead by example and show them, have them watch you. Step 3, have them try it themselves with you watching and supporting. And step 4, eventually they're doing it on their own. Tell, show, try, do. And you might have to go back and forth a few times to lock it in, but that's the formula. Tell them, show them, have them try it, eventually have them do it, and the little bird leaves the nest. Now you want to get hyper duplication? Teach those people to do the same thing with their team.
So as we look at that 331, have you sat down and really gone through it with someone and say, how are you talking to people? How are you piquing their interest? Get to know it. Hey, let's go out. If you're nearby, let's have coffee with someone. Are we getting them engaged enough that we can pre-qualify them to look at Start X39 now, or maybe the flip book, get them on? If you can walk your person through this yourselves, they're going to get it better. Steve, I don't know if you did that with Megan, new manager, but Barbara said you really were coaching her quite a bit.
Did we? Yes. I talked to her a lot. I think it was last Saturday with her over in Canton, and we spent a lot of time talking through process and technique, what to do, what not to do, how to share, those types of things. Talked a lot about tools. It was primarily about tools and procedures last week. But we actually, I take that back. We spent most of our talking about why she wanted to build a business.
Yeah. But you took that extra time one-on-one with
Oh
her.
yeah, absolutely.
Right? Like
Yeah.
Eric is saying, show them, tell them, do it together. And
Yes.
yes. You took a lot of time to share this with people. People raised their hands and said, hey, I think I want my patches paid for, or hey, I may want to have this as a business. Again, just this is what we do. And maybe it's go ahead, Steve.
I don't have permission to say this, but I'm going to do it anyway. And if Megan was on the call, I would apologize in advance. I discovered something about Megan that I would not have known if I hadn't spent time with her. And that is, she was involved in another network marketing company. Her father passed away a year or so ago, and they did absolutely nothing to acknowledge her sorrow, her grief, etc. And she said she looked up to her sponsor's sponsor almost as a father figure because her dad had passed away, and the guy just brushed her off. That changed my message, my mindset, how I'm going to work with her entirely. But I would not have known that if I hadn't spent time. So that's where you got to know your people and what their true heart is and what their real needs are.
Thank you, Steve. And again, we know these patches create miracles. You spending that time down the ripple effect somewhere out there in some part of the country or over the world, you're going to save their life. These patches save people's lives, right? So remember that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that.
Here's a
Okay. So if you're, we got a couple new managers on with us, don't feel like you got left behind. On the Activate the Stem Cells YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/the @ then Activate the Stem Cells. On the video tab on it, you're going to see all these videos, but there's actually a tab on that will say home and the other one says videos. Click on it. And then what I'd like you to just in the little search area in this page, not YouTube search area, there's a search area on this page. Just type in network marketing skills. And we have 7 trainings in here that we did June and July and August. Okay. May actually. The first one, if you're new to network marketing, number one, we shared all the reasons of why it's valid, why it's good. A really fun video, which is worth just clicking on and watching that one. But in number two, we really went over the two most critical skills about making a list and inviting. Another great video with it. Then about presenting and the little key things that come with presenting. I think it was in number 4, Fortune the Follow-Up, a great video by Eric Worre, where he uses a clock to describe how people, when you start to engage them, where they are on the clock. It's really helpful. 5, we went into helping you grow down in depth with your partners. 6, we did a little bit of training with Robin and Gregory on etiquette with teams and cross-line issues. And honestly, no fault, no foul. We're all learning. And they really clarified some stuff that just people didn't know, which is fine. And number 7, we went down in depth a little bit more. They're all there. I really recommend that you do watch all 7 of them. You'll learn a lot, and it'll jettison your success with it. And especially if you're going to convention, here's a good news, bad news. You're going to get a convention and you're going to meet all kinds of amazing people. It's really fun. And if people do know our team, people are going to come up to you and say, June, can you just train me what you guys are doing? Can you just take a hold and help me? Our heart goes, yes, absolutely. I would love to help this person. But June's role is to help her own people and not go to somebody's team that's from Arkansas, that's not part of us, because their upline isn't helping them. I've had a number of people ask me over 2 years, would you please train us? Because they get none. Okay, that's called crossline. And I feel badly, but it's not your job to train everybody in the world, okay? So tell them, hey, reach out to your sponsor. There's training out there, please get it, okay? But in the meantime, we want you guys to have the fortune in the follow-up and be really strong, okay? All right, we're going to shift here a little bit. Appreciate the time. We'll have time for questions and thoughts. You're going to come out of the convention, and before you know it, whew, Halloween, we're into November, Thanksgiving, we're off to the holidays, the year's done. Every network marketing company from October on is going to go full steam in Q4. It's the biggest months for network marketing in every single company worldwide, okay? So if you think, oh, I'm going to put some people in and it's now December 12th, and they're gone pretty much, you guys. So we want to celebrate that we've hit one of our goals. The convention rank up deadlines tomorrow. I had the 15th on here because they'd used to say 15th. It's now 17th. But good job. Okay. Now let's keep the pedal to the metal, foot to the throttle. Let's enroll for the virtual convention. Okay. When you come out, we're going to talk about schedule. We're going to have a special meeting on October 18th for everybody that went to the convention. We're going to debrief. What'd you learn? What'd you think? What's your plan? They're probably going to launch the incentive trip. They're going to have criteria. We got to brainstorm around that if you want to go. But your biggest time is Black Friday weekend of Thanksgiving. You can choose not to participate and just have a lovely time with your family, or you can understand it can be the biggest time of your whole year. I went to presidential director because everybody at last year's Black Friday jumped in with both feet. We swam upstream, and by the end of it, I had crossed over to presidential. I owe you. I will be here for you. Let's get you that way. But just get ready. I know you worked hard through these months, but we were getting you ready for this. Okay. So schedule. Next Wednesday night, we've got week 4 of the 3-through-1 training, where we go into all the tools and the resources and how you upgrade people and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Then we're going to start week 1 on the 27th. We're going to do week 2 on October 4th. We are going to skip Wednesday, October 11th. A lot of you are flying out. We then will have Wednesday, the 18th, post-convention, what we learned. We'll put out a special meeting on that. We'll come back to week 3 of the 331 on October 25th. And dang, before we know it, it's November 1st, you guys. It's going to go fast. So I want you to have a spectacular time at convention. All right, the last, the next, manager and above, we're pushing it out to October 21st because you'll be at convention the second Saturday. So with that, I want to stop the share. I'd love to have questions, thoughts, anything we've talked about, something you might disagree with, how we can help you, any of the above. Please unmute.
I have a question. Is there going to be a repeat of the little flip chart training? I was
Yeah.
not able to go to any of those. Crazy schedule, couldn't do it.
Also, I'm going to do just a clean, quiet recording of it, and we'll pin it so you have it. You can send it out. That's on my schedule, I think, for tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Dr. Velby, you joined us. Okay, glad to see you. Great to see you. Before you got on, we acknowledged how well you're doing with your enrollments. You're on the leaderboard. So thank you for all your work. Yes, indeed. Other thoughts, questions? Debbie's here. Great. Great to see Debbie too. All our folks. So. Okay, no, you guys, really, this is your time. Managers, directors. Yeah, Kimmy.
I copied your list of things that we need to send our new people to on Activate the Stem Cells, and I would encourage everybody to include that when you have a new person so that they can get plugged in. You know, if we may be in week 3 of 331 and someone's joined and they need to watch the first one, and like Vicky, she'd never done network marketing, so the network marketing skills training is really good. Oh, it's excellent. It's really excellent. Maybe I'll send out that document so that everybody can see it, or you can send the slide out to everybody, because, you know, as managers and directors, we're kind of swimming around going, what do I do? How do I get these people plugged in? And I also think, you know, there was an onboarding on Live Younger Success that has step-by-step with the why document and lists and things. So maybe we need to create something that people can go, I mean, I'm a list person. I need to know, what do I do? How do I do? So
Yes, thank you. Kimmy's correct. We've kind of pulled back a little bit from the Live Younger's format. Not that it's wrong, but we've went to the 331 and we focused on X39 just to get everybody started. And I think what Live Younger does really well is really teach you about all the processes, all the patches, everything, right? But I would recommend, let's get them there maybe in month 2 or 3. Once they're really solid about 331, they're solid about X39, right? Because it just, you get sidetracked, I think. So, but make a list of those key things. Absolutely, Kimmy. Let's do it. Yeah, very, very true. Barbara.
Okay, that conversation triggered something you and I had talked about, Janet. I don't know if you were going to share anything about the This Is It convention that we went to, or conference, but one of the things they teach, and I agree with Cam-A, I would love to have a new list. I have an onboarding document and an onboarding email, but I think it needs to be updated to include our own 331 links and that kind of thing. Anyway, but what the Quantum Field team teaches is to get out of the gate within 72 hours. You're a new person. You help them do a launch meeting at their house. You help them do a launch meeting on Zoom. And I have been guilty of wanting to get my new people connected to all these great tools we have. Whereas maybe we don't need that, or I need to find a compromise in there. Because the most important thing to do is to take advantage of their excitement and get them rolling. And so that lunch idea in 72 hours is really a great reminder.
Thank you, Barbara.
Would you guys expound on the launch meeting? Because that's different than the like the meetings we have with our customers.
Okay, so if you go to the website, the YouTube, Activate the Stem Cells, where we have the videos, I'd have you watch number 2, which is the 2 critical skills, and that gets your new person ready. It's making your list and how you invite. And there's a wonderful video from Eric Worre we put in it about how to invite, right? Because people go, oh, I emailed them. Okay, who didn't see their email? Who didn't pay attention, right? So the 72 hours is getting with them. Let's get your list made, okay? All right, let's plan the date. Let's say Barbara's my new person. Barbara, when would you like to have your lunch party? Barbara, play along with me here.
Okay, so today is Saturday. I think I could do it Tuesday.
Okay, are we going to do it Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday evening?
Tuesday night.
Okay, do you want to have it at your house or do you want to do it on Zoom?
It's got to be on Zoom.
Okay, and why does it have to be on Zoom?
Because I'm in an apartment and it's like Fort Knox here, and you have to register every car that is coming to visit you. And so it becomes very tedious to have guests here.
See, people have constraints. All right, so she's going to make a list of probably 10 to 20 people that she'd like to invite, because maybe 5 to 7 will actually show up, okay? We're going to have a Zoom link for it. She's going to probably text them. Hey, Cami, you know, Barbara may text you. I'm so excited. I'm having a launch party of of this thing. I finally found this new technology. You so much have to see it, blah, blah, blah. She's going to follow up with an email with the link, whatever, right? And then if you would like to present and you feel competent, we prefer directors and over to present, but we have the flipbook presentation and the slides. I'd recommend you do the flipbook and go ahead on Zoom. You can read the slides. We've got some training, take them through it. If you would like to have an upline on that launch party to help you, all of us will help you, absolutely, and take you through. And it's just like you're having a home party. So Cami just enrolled a new gentleman, surprise, surprise, he's like 80, and we had him at a home party yesterday. He just got his patches, and at the end he goes, can I be a distributor? I want to do this. We're like, all right, Al, let's go, you know? So you never know. So does that help you understand how to get a launch party going? And the other side is just with like Rosemary and Cami and I, we're always doing them at Rosemary's house and inviting people. Yeah. And as Janet says, plus the people may be all over the country. Absolutely. Yeah. Possibly you could go out on social media, maybe invite some key people. I don't know if you'd want to, Dr. Velvet, you might want to weigh in here about putting the launch party directly on your, let's say, Facebook site. Maybe you do. What do you think?
You know, I really don't know what to say about that. Like, are you talking about maybe having a live event on Facebook?
No, a live event on Zoom.
Yeah, a live event on Zoom, and you're inviting people via Facebook. Oh, well, if that's the case, then yes, because do you guys remember when Lindell came out with the chick that was doing the promotion of LifeWave?
No.
So I have a group of patriots that I work with. And so I think I signed up 3 new people from that. So what I did is invited them to watch that video with me.
There you go.
And then they signed up.
Great. Side note, since it's directors and above, and I know we're at the top of the hour, I don't want to put Dr. Velvet on the spot, but we've talked about her doing some basic social media training. Would you guys like that? I'm seeing yeses, Dr. Velvet. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Maybe what we could do is schedule that for October 21st, after you come out of the convention, and you're going to be pretty wound up. So let me go with Dr. Velvet on the 21st. Thank you. Okay. All right. Does that answer about launch parties? Okay. We got that, Rosemary. Okay. At the This Is It convention, there was about 12 of us there. Janet, do you and Bob want to say anything about how you found it was the Quantum Fields team, and they opened it up to everybody and we went. Do you want to talk about it?
Sure. Well, honestly, I didn't really know what to expect. It was very high energy. There were lots of speakers, which was fun. And I think the thing that impressed me the most was they all had the same vision. So they were very focused and absolutely on X39. Talking to some of the people there, they don't even discuss any of the other patches at all. They just focus on X39. And then you have other teams in our company that do X39 and Eon is their main focus. So I think you have to decide what's best for that person you're working with, because there are some people who X39 is all you want them to start with, but there's some people who have a lot of pain issues that they're going to get a lot better result more quickly if you're pairing those two together. So that was one takeaway I got from them, that yeah, I'm sure you're just focused on one patch, you're trying to duplicate what you're doing, and that's a good process. And I get why they're so successful, because that's all they do. But I also took that with a grain of salt. That doesn't work for everybody that you're working with. That was one of my takeaways from there.
Thank you, Janet. I think you're going to find a lot of takeaways from the convention. But let me separate. The convention is LifeWaves event. So it's going to be wonderful for people and for products and seeing what's going on worldwide, but they tend not to train network marketing skills. So we're here trying to help our team get them as much as we can over this next year. Trust us, 331 will be your ticket. You will want to be here next year at this time. It's blowing up. Pardon me, Kimmy, I just have to check. Barbara, is your hand still up for?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Kimmy.
One of the things I took away from the Tampa meeting, the This Is It meeting, was, yes, they focus on X39, and they really focus their people on getting their managers to build managers. Yep. And you talked about that earlier, but they make they've got it simplified so that people can look at it and go, oh, this is how I do it, and this is why I do it. And that takes away all of this other, like, senior director and presidential director, all of it. It simplifies it and makes it easier for people to understand that, yes, this is a goal that I can achieve quickly. And they really encourage people to do it quickly.
Yeah. Because you want them to hit manager, and congratulations to our new managers. It just opened up the cycle bonuses. You're going to love them. Yes, we love them. So welcome. We want to do that. Well, mostly I would say we got filled up from that, but the key takeaways were, let's have launch parties. Let's stay focused. Let's get our people trained. Let's just duplicate, you guys. And the rest was kind of fun. It was hot, very hot. Maybe they'll have another one next year. If you guys would like to go, we'll get more of you there. Yeah, Bar says go fast. All right. Dr. Velvet earned her first matching bonus this month. Woohoo! Which means her manager got to cycle bonuses. Yay. Those are very fun, very fun. Well, new directors, welcome. Keep with us. It's only going to get better and better. I thank everybody. Is there any last comments? I want to let you guys go enjoy your Saturday. Use your upline, introduce us to people, let people know they're part of an organization, a community that cares, with leaders who care. Because honestly, as Steve pointed out, you know, Megan, nobody cared in her other team, and it made a big difference that way. Jerry, you got your hand up.
I mean, some of us have been in network marketing and everything, and I think we've all had struggles in previous companies. At least I know June and I think even Janet did. I just want to let you all know that this company is here for us. And really, if it doesn't take a lot of effort in a way to make money in this company, whereas all other companies, let me tell you, if you get a paycheck, it's it's rare. It's really hard work. So if you just focus on the 3-3-1 and listen to what everybody's saying here, and you have everybody here to help you, you can do it in with LifeWave.
Yeah, you're right, Jerry. Thank you. Yeah, I've never been this successful because we have a product, you guys, it's the gift. It is the gift. So join us next week. Let's get more people to manager. You still have, look down, directors, who's still close to getting a manager? We have about another 24 plus 30 hours. Let's go. We can do it. We can do it. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. We look forward to going through this month, and then you're off to convention. And please post lots of pictures. I will miss you. I know I'm doing a wonderful thing, my daughter's wedding. I'm not complaining, but I'll miss you. So anyways, all right. Take care, everyone. Thank you.